But yeah, at 11 o'clock, I'll have to get off if we're still going.
All right.
If we're still on by 11, I gotta take a mean
5 minutes.
All right, that's it. Oh, and then Ahsoka 2. Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of 5 Idiots Talking Toys. It is Sunday night, and that means it's time for another topic on our Collectors podcast. Thanks very much for joining us here on YouTube, or maybe you're listening on your favorite podcast app, Spotify, Apple, Google Podcasts. Thanks for joining us wherever you are. You can also follow everything that we do at 5idiotstalkingtoys.com. All of our socials are there. And you can also follow us on Patreon and support the show if you like what we're doing. Patreon.com/5idiotstalkingtoys. We have an exclusive series of videos there called 5 Idiots After Dark, and they are only for our Patreon supporters. So you'll get previews of all toys that are going to be sold, collectibles on Rogue 5 Toys, which is our sales page, as well as all of our episodes a few days early and the exclusive videos. Thanks for joining us. Let's jump in now. We have Charlie Bean Sacks coming from the north-southwest. We have Chris coming from the south of his house. And Brandon is out in the garage.
Brandon's out pulling wax packs.
Yeah, that's an 86 Fleer?
My new hobby is pulling wax packs.
Mm-hmm. Yep, he's going to start his own channel.
I love those YouTube videos, by the way.
I don't care about sports cards really. Like, I collected them when I was younger. But if I see one of those reels where somebody's opening a pack, I can't look away. I have to watch like the whole thing.
I only watch the vintage ones. I don't care about the new ones. I only watch vintage ones. Because it's the people that I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's a fun fact. What is on the back of this card? What sport is Michael Jordan playing?
Baseball.
The picture in the back of this card.
Oh, no. On that one, he's doing
golf.
Yes.
Golf. I had that one.
Wow.
Yeah.
Correct. It's a cool one.
Nice.
Skybox. I remember getting those packs as a kid.
What else do you...
Right.
This is a quick question before we jump in. What else do you guys come across in like a reel or YouTube short format that... Because, once you look at one thing, it starts showing you similar things. What have you gotten sucked into that, recently that you've watched, the majority of the ones that pop up? Like, what's the theme?
I love the flea market finds, garage sale things. Mm-hmm. So the guys that just go to like regular old garage sales at houses and flea markets, I've been getting sucked into those.
Those are like top on my feed as well.
Yeah. I'll give you an interesting one that made me think of the question. Restoration videos. Somebody put up, like I came across one of them and the guy was like restoring... I've seen a few now, but like an old knife or something, like a sword or a knife from like World War II. What do I have? I'm Shane Walden.
Looking at Chris breastfeeding.
Redacted dirtbag.
Charlie Ballsacks.
You know what's funny? I actually thought it said redacted dirtbag. That's what I thought.
That's next episode.
That's what I thought it said.
It's redacted, so it's fine.
Yeah, I've been getting served, these restoration videos, and it's not even so much what the item is. I've seen like an old, 1940s or 50s little metal car toy, like children's toy. I've seen knives and axes and stuff. It's just like the process is mesmerizing. They have like, like vats of like chemicals with like electrodes in them, and it gets all the rust off the metal, and they're using all different techniques and grinding stuff, and it's crazy.
Well, I'm assuming you watched the TV show that used to be on. It was the spin-off of Porn Stars.
No. Well, remind me. Maybe I've heard of it, but I didn't watch it.
Every single time, like in the first few seasons of Pawn Stars, when they bought an old vintage item,
Yeah.
they brought it to that one guy. I don't.
Yes, I know who you're talking about.
The little goatee thing. His
In the
name might be
desert.
Daryl, whatever it is.
In the
I don't know.
desert, or whatever.
In the desert.
Yeah.
They had a TV show of just him. He had his
Okay.
own TV show for like 5 years. 4
Oh,
years.
okay.
So it was just him restoring Coke machines.
Yeah.
Old carousels at supermarkets, stuff like that. It was great. I loved it.
I have seen enough Pawn Star episodes where I've seen like him at least twice, where they brought him something, and I think one was a jukebox.
Yes.
Is that what you
Yeah.
said? And one was some sort of like metal thing with woodwork, where you really had to pull it apart. And it's
sandblasted
amazing.
and then it comes back amazing and stuff. And
Yep.
it's actually amazing the amount of spin-offs that came out of Pawn Stars.
What else?
The car guy, Count. The Count. You know that
All
guy?
right. He has
the
cars up.
He has the bandana
Yeah.
with the long black hair.
Oh, yeah. He's based out
And
of
he's called
Vegas
the Count,
too.
whatever. He came out with his own
Okay.
TV show. It's called Counting Cars, and that
Yeah,
was
okay.
on for like a number of years also.
They had
Okay.
like
And, yeah.
they had like a Chum Lee like show.
Yeah.
And then he
Yeah.
got arrested and he's in jail. But
Well, yeah.
I love
went to
those
that guy's
videos because
store
they
in
speed them
Vegas.
up.
the
Yes.
toy guy,
Oh yeah, with
it's the Hispanic
Rogue
guy.
no, I don't
Well,
think
Rogue
it's the-
Toys. Rogue
the-
Toys is
the
in
other
Vegas.
big one.
The other
The
one.
Vault. The Vault.
the Vault, I think.
The Vault.com.
They had the big Spanish guy on, but they can't have him on anymore.
That guy.
Yeah, he's not on anymore. He can't be on. It's he got in trouble with the law,
Oh really?
so they replaced him with the other big like white guy now.
Yeah. I saw an episode recently where he was going over like Red Line Hot Wheels
Yeah.
or
Yes.
Red Lines or Matchbox.
It's
Or
still
Hot
the
Wheels?
same store, but I don't think that guy can do it anymore. The Spanish guy, he got in trouble with the law for something.
Okay. Yeah, I love those reels because when it's a lengthy one like a restoration, they do like time lapse and they speed it up.
Oh, yeah.
So it's still a long video. It's like 7 minutes long, but you're like mesmerized for like 7 straight minutes.
It's like get to the point.
Yeah. Sometimes I have to just slide it forward and just say like, all right, show me what it looks like when it's shiny. But all right, very good. We're gonna jump into our topic here. This is a pretty easy one. It's very timely. This just was announced today when we're recording this. The headline is, and it's right on starwars.com, doesn't get any more official than that. The Mandalorian and Grogu are coming to the big screen. So there was a lot of guesses, rumors about. We knew that was the plan eventually. Is there going to be another season of Mandalorian before that? So right now it sounds like no. They're going to start working on the movie. It doesn't sound like they're going to be doing a season 4 of Mandalorian, but we may see some crossover still in Ahsoka, or if they do another Boba Fett. I don't know. There's no talk of another season of Book of Boba Fett.
I'm surprised they have not released any updates on another season of Boba Fett.
It's mind-boggling to me.
I am surprised too.
I no freaking idea. It actually makes me mad, even though I didn't like the show. It makes me mad how they have not given any information.
like say something about it.
I'm gonna actually shock you. I think if you rewatched the entire Boba Fett series now, I think you would like it a little. I'm not saying you would love it. I'm just saying I think you would like it a little bit more than you did. Because watching it week by week was horrible. The show was horrendous. They just did such a bad job. But if you watch it now, it's been like a year or so more. It's so much better than when I first watched it.
I'm going to tell you the reason why the answer is definitely no. Because they killed the Boba Fett character. Boba Fett was not Boba Fett in the TV show. They completely changed his character. So no matter how many times I watch it, certain scenes and stuff like, oh, that's cool. They killed him as a character. That wasn't how he was, 40 years ago. So for me, no.
Well, I 100% agree with you, Charles, because I've said this before. My son My son loves the show. Like, he puts it on his own. He's 6 years old, and he'll go to, Disney Plus and put it on, and he'll rewatch the same episodes. He's now to the point where he puts on Return of the Jedi, and I told you he used to watch the first 30 minutes over and over again because he loves the whole Jabba Tatooine stuff. Now he won't even watch Jabba's throne room. He only watches the Sarlacc pit and the sail barge. He watches the same 10 minutes over and over again, and it's just because he loves it. He'll put it on for 10 minutes, and then he'll go about his day and do something else, but he loves watching that whole scene. He loves Boba Fett, too. He puts on the episodes over and over.
So my son loves that entire series, loves watching it. So they won. That's what they wanted. They wanted the younger kids to get hooked on it, and I guess it worked.
No one's saying that they didn't win.
And like you, as a vintage Star Wars collector or as a Star Wars fan, you want the new generation to like Star Wars.
You do. You really do. You don't know you do, but you do.
You introduced your family to it, and now everybody's watching it. So you got
if
them
it
hooked
hooked
on
them,
it.
You may not like it, but on the other hand, you should just like it for the fact that the kids like it. So at least
episodes 1 through 3. Episodes 1 through 3, we all hate it, but the new generation watched it and they love it because that's what
Charles. You just said exactly what I've been saying for 2 years of this show now. Like, just like it because it's new Star Wars. You don't have to love it, but just be happy it's not dead, and that your kids get to watch some flavor of it, and you can enjoy watching them watch it. Like, just like it for that reason.
Going back to watching
Chris because his son hates Star Wars. So
no, I just think that Disney's doing a really terrible job at keeping Star Wars alive. They are keeping Star Wars alive for the present and like this year and next year, but they're not looking down the road for 10, 20 years. What they're doing right now with all these shows, to me, they're actually killing it off because they're doing a terrible job with the show.
I agree with you for the older adults like us.
Chris, in 20 years, you're going to be in an old folks home. Someone's going to be wiping your ass. You think somebody's going to watch Star Wars 20 years from now?
No, but 20 years from later, when people look back, they're not going to care about all the politics that get brought in and all the agendas that are being pushed. No one's going to care about that. No one cares about it right now. I want to watch a TV show or a movie that has no politics, no agendas. But when 20 years down the road, when they're seeing this stuff being pushed, they're going to say, wow, this stuff is crap.
So going back to Charles's original comment about watching everything all at one time, I find a lot of people saying that recently because it's, especially with the Obi-Wan show and the Boba Fett show, it's a lot easier to take all the episodes. I guess you guys were saying that about Andor too, but I just can't make it through the first 30 minutes of it.
It's very hard to watch Andor. Very hard.
So
the first 5.
The second half is you have to watch the next episode. It's so good.
I have to get 12 hours of sleep before I turn on Andor, or else I'll be sleeping again.
He has to be fresh.
Start on 5. 5 is slow, and you may fall asleep. But 6 on is pumping. Your blood is pumping. You're throwing your fists in the sky. You'll be awake.
I hate agreeing with Charles, but. Yeah, I think 6 through 10 is very good.
I'm just gonna have to put them all on at one time. I think it's a lot like everybody else. It's a lot easier to watch them all back to back to back.
Skip it.
Not doing one episode a week.
If Brandon, if you skip it and watch 6 through 10, you're gonna say, "Wow, this is really good." Now I want to know what the hell happened 1 through 5.
Yeah, I would just start on 5 because 5 is boring too.
It gives a little story.
Yeah. But you get a little story, and then you go 6 through 10. And it's awesome. 1 through 4, I would just skip it. It's really bad.
Hey, I'm going to tell everybody that they can come collect with us on our sales page at rogue5toys.com. There's the link on the screen, but the link is below in the description as well. Come hang out with us there. We have a lot of fun, and there's some great collectibles for sale. Charles, I did not do that with Andor yet. I know that when you were watching episode 6, you were doing parkour off the top of your couches. You were pumping that fist in the air, you said.
Pumping.
Yeah. But I didn't do the rewatch with Andor yet. I've only seen it the original time. I am looking forward to doing that, but I know what you're saying is true because it is true for Boba. I didn't sit down and watch every minute with my kids, but I was around and answering questions and stuff while they were watching it, watched a bunch with them, and it was way more enjoyable the second time. And the same for Obi-Wan. In fact, I think we have like 2 more episodes to go. We kind of moved away from that to something else. But whatever we watched of it, way better watching it the second time, where you could just go, and you're not waiting a week.
So what do we think about the Mando movie? To get back on topic here.
Yeah, to get back on topic. So not another season, a movie. That it's going to be like
People
the
are
equivalent of 2
guard.
episodes, 2.5 episodes of screen time.
People are caught off guard. They're thinking, "Oh, wait, is this the end of the Mando series?" I thought they were on for 8 seasons. Is what I remember reading originally. Maybe
That's
I'm
what
wrong.
No,
Really?
They were planning on like 6 or 7 seasons already.
Yeah, I heard
that's
that
what
as
I read
well.
like a year ago.
So maybe
the
what
fact
they're
that
doing is interjecting this to make the box office bank.
I think they're just going to put this
Probably.
on, and then they're going to continue having seasons after that.
Yeah.
I don't.
Oh, that
want
would be amazing.
I don't think this is going to be the end of Mando.
No.
I think they're doing this because there's a couple episodes that came out on, I don't know if it was the Obi-Wan series or what, but they were like, this should have been a movie. Or it was the whole series of Obi-Wan.
Was
They were
supposed to, yes.
supposed to be a
so
movie.
They're just
And people
doing
said it should have been a
opposite.
movie.
Yeah,
It was next after Solo.
Yeah, they said it should have been a movie. Why didn't they make this a movie?
Well, no, not
Right.
that it should have been. It
was.
It was a movie.
It was scripted to be a feature film.
Yeah.
It was the second. Rogue One was a Star Wars story, and then Solo was the second one where it was going to be outside of the trilogies, outside of the 9, as the next side Star Wars story, and so was Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
So I think they're kicking themselves for going away from that and like getting sucked into, oh my God, Disney Plus is blowing up. It's amazing. And then, 6 months ago in the news, they're saying, wow, Disney is really kind of reeling from, the fact that they haven't had a big blockbuster in for Lucasfilm
I think
in how many years now?
they got sucked into the whole streaming
Subscriptions.
war,
Yeah.
and they didn't, continue with their bread and butter, which is putting stuff on the big screen. And I think they're
Well, they
trying to catch up
needed-
with that now, and that's what we got.
They needed subscribers, and they got them. So they
Yeah.
pumped it up, and now they can throw out a movie
It's
like
just flatlined right now.
for me, like Mando season 3. I watched it, but I look at my son who's watching it because I watch it next to him. He loves season 3. That was like his favorite season out of all of them, and that's what Star Wars wants. Star Wars
But
wants.
does Landon have his own podcast? No. You're on a podcast.
No,
We
but-
don't.
It sucked him in where he is like he loves Star Wars.
So
But
does
he
he love?
loves Mando season 3.
Does
I thought season 3 was like pretty good. Like
He
wasn't-
loves all the Mandalorians, right?
What does he
Oh,
think
yeah, he
of?
loves him.
Did you remember any part of Disneyland and seeing the Star Wars Galaxy and Disneyland and all
Yeah,
that?
of
Does he love it?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, because kids love it, and that's what the new generation. They're trying to focus on the new generation. They don't want
That's
people
all
like
they
us.
want.
Like
They-
John is 3 days away from a nursing home. Like, do you think they want to focus? Do you think they want to focus on people like John?
No,
that
they
are
don't,
like
'cause
about to
they're-
die.
they're
No,
not
they
gonna
don't care
get-
about John.
They're not going to get money off of John. Like he's not going to buy Lego sets or
No.
modern
No,
toys
he's
or go
not.
see the movie in the movie theater.
They're gonna make
He's-
money off our kids. They want to do
Exactly.
Star Wars. They don't care. They
Right.
want
Exactly.
Rey. They want Kylo Ren. Chris
Yeah.
hates his face, but everybody else loves his face.
He was turned off by his
John
face.
hates his face. But
If,
all the kids, they love him. They
If
love
the Mando
Boba.
and Grogu movie was coming out after seasons 1 and 2, I would be very pumped for it.
They love him.
and I would go see it. The,
The
fact
rainbow-
that season
the
3
guys in
came
the
out
rainbows?
and it was a steaming pile of shit, I don't really care about.
The rainbow
will I,
Vespa?
will I watch it? Yes. I'm
Kids love it.
100%. I'm 100% gonna watch it. That's
Kids
for
love
sure.
the
My
rainbow
kids,
Vespas.
my kids
will
are
go to the
literally,
movies, but I don't care about it.
my kids are literally watching right now the original Power Rangers. Like I was too old for that. I was already in college. Like
So was Grayson.
going to, they're
your kids
watching
should be
those
in bed right
90s Power Rangers.
It's on every
They
day,
see
Sam.
those kids on those Vespas in Boba Fett. They're going nuts.
Yeah, they love it.
They're Power Rangers.
We hate it. They
Love it.
John's
Well-
3 days away from a nursing home. He ain't gonna buy that crap.
That's all they want. They want the younger generation, and you know what? I think they got them. Like
They're hooked.
our surrounding, like speaking, with like us or friends or whatever. Star Wars has them. Like, I was
Eh.
actually really shocked.
Eh.
Landon has 2 friends.
Eh.
out of his class. Now, there's whatever.
Do they watch our podcast?
No. He has like 25 like kids in his class. There's actually 2 boys who are huge into Star Wars Lego. Like they buy every single Lego set. I mean, 3 out of a class is like pretty good. I mean, that's what they want. The
only difference I'm going to say is this. When we were all kids, every single one of us collected and played with action figures, and all of our friends had action figures. Nowadays, what kids have action figures?
There's not a lot.
1 out of 10.
Only our children from this podcast.
Exactly. So
we're keeping Hasbro in business.
So when you're saying that they won already, I think it's way too early to say that they won just because someone's hooked into a show for 1 year. There's no toy lines right now that's also coming along with these that are like saying, "Oh my god, I need to have." No one cares.
So,
well, listen,
this will shock you. Actually,
it's sitting on shelves.
The Boba Fett, like from this show, from the series,
Lego.
No,
oh,
his costume, my son wanted, so I got it from. It was sold out all the time.
Halloween one
couldn't. Yeah, the Halloween costume for Boba Fett you couldn't find.
Well, I know why.
Sold out everywhere.
I know why. They didn't make them because they thought that no one wanted them, so they didn't make them.
No, that's how many people wanted it.
My son was Mandalorian this past Halloween, and that was hard to get.
They had like dressed as Mando,
random sizes, one left, and a weird size. Like,
well, if you come to my house, I have many props and helmets that everyone.
There's so many masks.
Oh, we know you do.
Well, listen. Think about it. When Force Awakens came out, that was 2015 or 16? 16, I think.
15.
15?
I was gonna say 50. Yeah.
Because my daughter was just like definitely too young to bring to the theater. So her first movie in the theater ever was the next one when she was like 2.5. So when that came out, there hadn't been Star Wars for what was the gap there?
Over 10 years.
Large. Yeah.
I mean, there were no children prior to Force Awakens that were Star Wars, like, were playing with Star Wars toys. I mean, a minute amount. Like, the children, like our children, who they're only playing with them because we're giving them vintage figures and stuff.
Power of the Force 2 bodybuilder.
So, when one of you, both of you say that they've won, I don't think it's too early to say that. Before 2015, there were no children in elementary school talking about Star Wars. They've reignited the entire franchise.
This Mando movie is going to suck a lot of people in.
I don't think so, Shane. Rebels was out.
That's true.
All the other Clone Wars was out.
That's true, yeah.
All these other series and cartoons and stuff.
But I'm talking about little kids, though. Like, my kids aren't even, like, totally sucked into Rebels
I don't know,
yet.
man, a lot of kids were into Rebels and, like, all that kind of stuff before.
This Mando movie will suck in a whole bunch of kids.
I mean,
everyone's going to watch this Mando movie.
Star Wars 1, 2, and 3, for the most part, none of us really liked it. But why didn't you like it? Because it just wasn't a good movie overall.
No, I liked it. I liked all of them.
No,
it wasn't the original, is the easy answer.
Star Wars. It was CGI modern crap.
But now to go back at it, you asked my son, his favorite is 1, 2, and 3. Loves it.
Yeah, because he probably
loves the Clone Troopers. He loves when Jango Fett, he gets his head freaking slashed off. It's
my kids love that.
His favorite part.
My kids have the encyclopedia books, like multiple of the encyclopedia character books. They have the Lego one. They have the real one with like the actual the actual pictures of like the characters like shot, in their full garb. They go through the encyclopedias and they're showing me characters that I don't know what movie they're from because they're from the prequel trilogy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I think that guy's from Attack of the Clones. I don't They love all these characters. They learn the names.
This guy's name's Plo Koon.
Yeah, like those ones I know, but then they pull out like some Jedi that was like in the background of the scene in the gladiator ring, and I'm like, I don't know who that is.
Like Face. Nobody knew him.
Hey guys, let's stop right here. We're kind of gone off the rails with this episode with some good topics, some good conversations. Stop. Let's pause here, and we're gonna pick it up when we come back. Thanks very much for watching, everyone. Please go to patreon.com/5idiotstalkingtoys. You can support the show, support what we do there, and you're going to get exclusive series of videos. 5 Idiots After Dark. So dark. That's where we have our not so family friendly conversation. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel if you're watching us now. If you're on a podcast app, you can hit the follow button there as well. We would really appreciate it. It would help out our show a lot. Yeah. And we'll come back and pick up this conversation. It's exciting that there's some new Star Wars projects in the works. Yeah. And we'll pick up the conversation next week. Thanks for watching. We'll see you then. From 5 Idiots Talking Toys, we say good night.
Thank you.
Subscribe, you must.